Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a reading on a very interesting topic. So if you have been feeling stuck in work, be it a job, be it a business, be it something that you want to start, something that is still in the process of R&D. So whatever your situation might be related to work, if you feel stuck in it, so we're going to be looking into why that's happening, what is the message here, is there something that you can do differently, anything else that comes up. Okay, so you have three piles to choose from today. So take a deep breath, spend some time, spend some moments, and just see what you feel the most drawn to. Is it number one here, number two here, or number three here? Right, I'm going to be using all of the decks or whatever I feel called to use, but just for the sake of having choices here, I've put them differently, so I've kept them separately. So number one, pile number one, pile number two, pile number three. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, see if a number feels like you feel more drawn towards a certain number. It could be the image, the colors are pretty much similar, but it could be an imagery, it could be something that you feel more drawn towards. Okay, so I'm going to leave the timestamps below in the description, you can go check them out, and I'm going to start with pile number one here. Hello, those who chose pile number one, today we are going to just start off with your reading. Just give me a moment here, I'm trying to connect to your energy to just see what's coming up. I feel like you have seen growth in your work, but the past couple of months, or maybe a year, for some, I feel the past couple of months, like post April, post March or April, and for some it's almost a year. I feel like that's where you feel, since then is when you feel stuck. You feel like not much is happening, or maybe you don't know what direction to move towards, or where has the inspiration, the excitement for work gone. Kind of feels like that. So it's both things. It's not just that nothing much is happening on the work front that excites you anymore, but also the fact that the things that used to excite you make you feel like, okay, this is something I'm going to do and I get paid for it and this is fun. I feel like that aspect is also fading a little, and that's why you feel confused or stuck. Yeah, the feeling of stuck is very evident. The feeling of confusion and being stuck is very, very evident. Okay. So, like I was saying, like the past couple of months seem to have not been that exciting, as far as work goes. And I think it kind of also spilled over your personal life. I kind of feel like the work front not being as you would want it to be has kind of spilled over in the other aspects of your life. So your personal life also might be feeling a little bleak, or you might lose your patience soon. Maybe things aren't working out the way you hoped them to work out as, or maybe at the speed that you hoped it to work out as, because the speed aspect of it is also something that I see is bothering you. But you know what else I see here is that there's probably a need of acceptance and letting go. So what I feel with these two cards here is that there's a need for you to accept something. So something like maybe going taking a route that is more old school as compared to something that you thought was better, Maybe you tried but things didn't work out, so going back to your old school route might be something better for you. um, the acceptance kind of comes from the place of things not working out, and you have to accept that they didn't work out, so what is your next best option, something like that. So that's what I'm getting here. So, and then of course those of you who feel confused or uninspired or just lost, because you might still be working, but you don't like, it's in that space of, I don't know whether it's working out for me or not. This is something I used to really enjoy, but it's not giving me what I'm looking for, and I don't quite know what I'm looking for. So that's how I feel with this, with all of this. The first group, there's a lot of clarity is what you're looking for. It is, you are somebody who can really dedicate your time and energy into getting the results that you desire, but somehow that clarity, the actual goal, is not in focus for you right now. Kind of feels like you achieved your previous goals, but then now moving forward, you don't know where to go, what to choose, how to go there. Like there's a lot of questions like how, when, why, where, all of that. And that, I think, is what is blocking you off from actually achieving your next goal, because the next goal is a bit blurry here. And for those of you who have something in mind, like this should be the next thing that I want, but you are unsure of how to move into that direction. So clarity is what you require here, clarity is required. Definitely trying out something that an older person might have suggested, or something more traditional, a traditional approach in the business or the work that you do. Going back to roots is something that is coming up. Go back to your roots. Go back, go back. So if you were trying out something new but it didn't work out, I think it's time to understand and accept that that didn't work out, and the change here has to be to go back to the old approach and then figure out something else, if there's something else. I'm going to see what other message might come. So now these cards that I'm using, they have, it's tarot cards, but they have some messages on them, so you can feel free to take the message as it comes. I'm also going to read the energy of the card here. All right, so let me just pull some out first and then see what else is going on. What is the guidance here? Spirit, what is the guidance here? So we have balance and the Queen of Spring. Balance here talks about, balance says, take everyone's input into consideration. See, remember I told you going back to roots is the best way right now. So something that a senior person has said to you already, or something that works, but you were trying out something new. So take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution, and take your time. There's no need to rush, right? Find, the most important thing here is to find balance in your life in general first, okay? And then you try to do problem solving, basically, okay? And your second advice here, Queen of Spring, says believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. See, I started off your reading by saying that probably the stress of work has spilled over into your personal life, because you might get annoyed really soon. Maybe you're snapping at people at home. Maybe you're not giving enough time at home because you're trying to figure this out. You're trying to figure work out. But for a very small group of people, I also feel that maybe you were concentrating on your personal life more, maybe your health, your personal life, and you're trying to figure out how to get back into that zone at work, okay? Be it business, be it a job. Although for a lot of people, I feel this is job more than business, but it could be the other thing also for some of you. Okay, so either way, I was talking about how your personal life and the other aspects of your life might be getting affected by your work life, correct? Some people are great at compartmentalizing, and some aren't. But even people who compartmentalize well, like work is work, home is home, relationship is relationship, friendship is friendship. So even they struggle with this situation at times. Okay, so finding that balance between your work life and home life is the most important. It has to be the focus point right now, because I know this is about getting over a certain obstacle related to your career, related to your work. But the balance that you bring in between your home and work, between your personal life and work life, personal life and career, that is the stepping stone for the rest of the changes to follow. Because here, when you stop resisting and you start opening yourself up again at home, in your personal life, with yourself for that matter, with the people who love you and surround you, when you become gentle and you let go, you become kind and loving and friendly again to these people, with these people, that's where you can find solutions again. And that's where you take the input of everyone into consideration, and then figure out like a joint common ground, like find out what works for you from there. So all those who are feeling super confused in relation to your career and work, as to you don't know what to do, where to go, how to go about it, or where did your inspiration go, how to move forward from where you are currently, finding this balance is very important for you. All right, and this balance is something that will also help you gain more insight, or perspective rather, from with the help of others, from those around you. So that perspective is what will really help you align yourself with what you want, and also help you to focus on your goals better, and to actually understand what your goals are. So finding this balance is very important here. Okay, very, very important. Let's take one last message as to, I don't know, what can this be? What is this message that it's kind of like a spirit guidance again? Because I just felt drawn to grabbing these cards, so it kind of feels like spirit guidance again. But let's see what they are. Oops. Okay. So it says nurturing and protection. Nurturing yourself, nurturing again, going back to yourself, your roots, um, your home, your people, surrounding yourself with love, kindness, people who love you despite everything else, right? Despite the way you are being right now. Okay, despite not having clarity, direction, despite being, I don't know, borderline annoying, right? So go back to your roots and settle down, spend some time with them, spend some time with your family, your loved ones, your kids, your spouse, siblings, or even yourself for that matter. Okay, and protection here kind of talks about that you might be worried about how life might move here on. Like there might be situations that are not something that you look forward to, for example, like being fired, or being put in a, I don't know, being put in a situation where you're asked to review your work, or like being given special tasks just because you're falling back, or whatever this is. So you are protected from that type of a situation. So spirit is here, your archangels are here, everyone is directing you to go inwards, to spend some time with yourself and your loved ones. And the work career, the clarity related to that will follow right through. Okay, so I hope this helps. Please go home, please relax, spend some time with your loved ones, spend some time with yourself, give yourself the credit that you're still trying. Correct? That is very important. Let go of resistance to change, especially change back to your roots. All right. So um yeah, I really feel like the next couple of months you would, yeah, next couple of months you should be able to turn back things and actually find new inspiration, like find joy in what you're doing, you know. And if that is not what you're currently doing, is not aligning with what gives you joy, I feel like that shift might also start happening for you. You might be drawn towards things that actually give you joy. Okay, so this was your reading for those of you who chose the first card, the first pile. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please share the video with a loved one whom you feel like they can benefit from this. And thank you for tuning in. Bye. Hi everyone. For those of you who chose the second pile, let's get straight into your reading. We're going to see messages towards what might be causing the blockage, to some advice, to any sort of direction that comes through. Let's see how the reading goes. Normally during a reading I like to stay open to all possibilities. I feel like sometimes confining a reading to just one thing, that to a general reading like this, you might end up miss out on some answers if you just constrain yourself, you know. And I feel like a medium like tarot is definitely not something that wants to keep you constrained. So let's see what is going on with you. Okay. For some reason I feel drawn to taking your bottom two cards as well here, so I'm just going to take it as your shadow energy. This didn't happen in the first pile, so but I feel drawn to taking this here. So what's going on with you? Pile number two. You know, it's like you're waiting for something new to happen. You might be somebody who wants to make a switch between jobs, or job to a business, or between your business, or change some sort of strategy. There's a switch that you want, like newness. You want some sort of switch to come in that will help you start afresh, but also help you start afresh with all the new knowledge that you have, the skills that you have, the experience that you come with, you know. But somehow I feel like that newness is not happening. This has come in the place of an obstacle or something that's blocked. That is the Ace of Swords. And then in your shadow energy you also have the Ace of Wands, and just wanting to like feel set or abundant, or just like doing well in what you are doing. But this is your shadow energy, and that has come in the blockage. So what is not working out for you? Like I feel that maybe an opportunity that you're waiting for. So this is okay. I have two different things here, so hear me out. Those of you in a job or looking for a job, new job, I feel like you're looking for something very specific, and that hasn't come forward yet, you know. And that's why you're staying in that energy where you're feeling really stuck and low, because it's not happening according to what you want. Maybe a lot of it, for a lot of you, it's about the salary or the income, the remunerance that you're hoping for. But For some of you, it's a business thing. So that's why I said two groups, maybe a job and a business. So these are the two that I'm sensing very differently, very evidently. So for those of you in a business who are wanting to probably start a new business, maybe a branch in your existing business, or you have started but nothing has moved yet, you know. Um, for all of you, I think you come with a certain skill set, and it took you time to understand where you stand, what you like. Some of you might have gotten to work because you need to. It came out of a place of need more than a place of desire or want, you know. For some, it might have been things like there's so much different streams going on here. Whereas for pile number one, it was more mainstream, like it was more like focused. Okay, this one is kind of like I'm getting very different groups here. So for some, okay, hold on. I want to say that the only thing common between all of you watching this particular pile right now, this particular reading right now, you're all hoping for something fresh. You're hoping for fresh energy. You're hoping to get out of that state of when will this happen? You know, it's not confusion. It's not like there's like you're struggling with clarity or focusing on your goals. You know all of that. You're just hoping to get the right thing, you know, and you're waiting patiently, but then that patience is running thin now. I feel like that's why you're here watching this reading. So for those of you wanting to start something new, I want to say that sometimes manifestations take time. Sometimes it is possible that it needs more clarity from your end. Like for example, you might think this is a genuine example that very recently um, someone who came to me for a reading, she and I had to kind of, you know, figure things out strand by strand. So basically, she is into um, a creative business. All right. I don't want to give any details out. So, because it's personal. So, she's into a creative business where she creates something and sells. Okay. Her dilemma was that she is actually a businesswoman. All right. But she's creative, of course. All of us carry that um, you know, we are all creative in our own way, correct? We can all create, and all of us like to create something at some point of time. So she also went through that process where, you know, she was trying to create something and put it out in the market and really run the business and make a name for herself. But actually what was happening is, at the core, she's a businesswoman. All right. Creating, frankly, was good, but not her strongest point. So that's why she took time to create. She created beautifully, but it takes so long for her that as a businesswoman, she feels that she was wasting her time and efforts in a way, you know. So ultimately what happened is that she decided to stick to the same crafting, stick to the same products, okay, but rather create some and source some from other locals and sell, you know. And that product, that business model actually worked out for her really really well, fabulously rather, you know. And that's the thing, like it takes time, but sometimes you have to just go in a little bit more, like focus a little bit more, take that extra step to the last point, you know. That's how I feel over here. I'm going to see what advice spirit has for you. I feel like taking this so these cards are tarot cards, but they already have some messages on them, so we're going to take the messages as well as the energy of the card. Okay, all right. Okay. So you have the Five of Cups here, and this is the Four of Cups, okay? It says, wait, I'm trying not to get the flare on the card so you can read it with me. So Four of Summer, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. All right. And coming to this one, King of Autumn. King of Autumn says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything is going your way. A good person or company to work for is about to come in. So Spirit is literally telling you that the opportunities are right there. Okay, it's coming to you. Instead of being so focused on that this is exactly what I want, try and open up yourself to something different. Like I said, the person I did the reading for, she ultimately realized that she likes to sell those products. She's decent at making them, but the amount of time, efforts, and inputs that she has to do with creating them, she would rather create some and source some. So when she does that, automatically opportunities that were already there, the opportunity there was to source some, correct? Source some products. Instead of creating all 100, she creates 30 and sources the other 70. So that is the beauty of it, because now she has the time to actually concentrate on the business that she's trying to run. You get it? So instead of feeling so discontent with how things are not working out, open yourself up to what opportunities might be coming your way. Okay, it says a good person or company to work for. So that is also happening. And if you're into business, so that is obviously for work. But if you're into business, I feel like, again, this is more for those of you who are in a job, and this is more for those of you who run a business. So, yeah, I feel like instead of feeling so discontent that, oh my god, things are not working out the way that you hoped for, it's not happening at the time that you are hoping for, it's taking so much out of you, instead of feeling that way, instead of feeling like that maybe you are the failure, or maybe you're the one who has to suffer all the time, like, instead of saying those things to yourself, try to look out for the opportunities that exist around you. Try to do that. Nobody else can help you out here. For group number 1, it was kind of like, see to those around you and they will help guide you. But here in this case, you have to shift that perspective for yourself. You have to draw the line, you have to open up the line and maybe draw it somewhere else in order to not restrict yourself so much, because opportunities lies for all of you. Those of you watching this particular reading, this particular pile, opportunities lies around all of you. And the shadow self is not just something that is not happening or never going to happen. It kind of feels it. The shadow self for me stands for things that are waiting to happen. It's there in the shadow, you just don't see it yet. So imagine, it's written right here, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity that will help you grow, that will make you feel so abundant. So it's right there. You just have to understand what is it that you can just change around a little in your approach. Okay. And maybe a work opportunity might show up. Maybe it's not exactly the kind of package that you're looking for, or exactly the role that you're looking for, but that role is a stepping stone, right? That package is a stepping stone. Okay. If it's a fabulous company but you feel like they aren't paying you enough, it might be the same as what you've been receiving so far. It's all right. You said it yourself, it's a great company, so why not try it out and see what opportunities lie ahead, right? Let's see any last messages that might want to come through. Direction. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. The minute you shift your perspective just a little bit, you will start getting direction, right? What else? Okay, I have two here. Do I take both? No. I'll take this. Ascension. Interesting. I actually feel like taking this one. Grace. Okay. We have direction, ascension, and grace. The ascension kind of talks to me about looking beyond what is in front of you, seeing the bigger picture, seeing the higher, like where do you see yourself, imagine yourself there. Visualization is also something that's coming to me that can help you as a manifestation technique for you to use. Ascension here kind of carries the direction and the grace with it. Okay, when you're ascending into a space of being where you feel like whatever is happening is for the best for me, you automatically start receiving direction that okay, this is the direction that you should go move towards, and whatever you want comes to you with grace, you know comes to you with grace and with grace. So in the sense that if suppose you hoped for like a decent project, a project that is better than what you have worked on so far, okay, instead you get an awesome project, it's better than what you hoped for. You just have to shift your perspective a little and understand that you're not a victim here. Nothing is happening to you, nothing is being blocked except for the fact that you just have to change your perspective just a little bit and adjust yourself to what is in front of you. All right, and that is going to be helpful to you in a massive way. So this was your reading for those of you who chose the second pile. I hope this brings in some clarity for you and this actually helps you out. Please leave me a comment in as and when things start to shift for you, okay? And yeah, share it with a loved one if you feel like it'll help them understand their situation a bit better. And thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hi everyone. Those of you who chose the third pile, let's get straight into your reading. We're going to be seeing why are you feeling this blockage? What is the reason for it? What guidance the spirit has for you, all of that, and whatever else comes up. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Get a very strong feeling that some of you might actually be taking a break and studying. Feel like taking this extra card out. Okay. I'm saying extra because I didn't actually take it out for the other two piles. I can just adjust this for you. Lovely. Excuse me. So what is keeping you feeling stuck or like nothing's moving forward, career-wise speaking, for you? Like I was saying, I feel like some of you might be taking a break from your job or business and actually studying something, or maybe you're studying something alongside. So you might already be working, but you're also studying something or wanting to study something. There's a very strong focus on gaining new knowledge. okay, accessing new knowledge basically. And I feel like the work front might be seeming very hectic, or on the other, like it's complete polar opposites for me. It's either hectic for some, or nothing's moving for some. It's like very, very strong opposites here, you know. So for those of you who feel like nothing's moving for you forward, I think it has to do with having to juggle between your work life in general, having to earn money, going to work, all of that, plus the study aspect is there. I feel like there is some sort of leveling up in your skills or education. So I feel like the that also the leveling up in your personal life. I also feel like some of you might be going through a certain change in your situation in your personal life. You know, maybe you're having a child, maybe you're getting married, maybe I don't know, maybe you're moving back in to the house with your parents, maybe you're moving into a different country, something like that. So you're still working, or you've found a new job and you know the shift has to happen, whatever, something like that. So you're still working, but for some reason it feels really like nothing's moving, or it's very hectic. So all of those things together, it kind of feels like that has become very overwhelming to you, you know. Irrespective of whether you're from the group that is going through a very hectic work phase, or the group that is feeling like nothing much is happening on the work front, or it's the same repetitive thing over and over again. So either way, I feel like this, you're in this situation not because of anybody else, but because you're supposed to be experiencing this situation. This is an experience basically. Okay, it is, you might be at times thinking that, oh my god, because of that person or because of that situation, today I'm feeling like this, or today I'm loaded with work, or today I don't have much to do. But actually this is a very destined situation that you're going through, of not having, not feeling the way you're feeling basically, you know. And it's a very destined situation, and I want to tell you that this feeling has come through because there has to be a massive shift. You're kind of being prepared for this massive shift that is happening. Definitely you have a lot going on in your personal and career, in your personal life especially. Okay, personal life, and I would also put education, or whatever the skill set, leveling up, education thing might be, all into your personal life. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot going on in your personal life, and that is why your work life kind of feels the way it feels right now, you know. But all of this is actually preparing you for a huge change coming in. And like I said, some of you already might be going through a certain change, right? Some of you already might be like getting married and all that. So I feel like you're just being prepared for what is to come, you know. And it's not here to stay, obviously. This situation related to your work should be changing within this year itself. Okay? Within the next 3 to 4 months itself. I'm looking at what advice does Spirit have for you. Okay? We have balance here, and we have the Lovers here. You have a lot of major arcana cards, and it goes to show that everything that is happening right now is actually a reflection of what is to come and what is to go. So this is very destined. It's not something happening out of the ordinary for you. All right, it might feel that way. It might feel like there's no reason for this situation to come up at work or in your personal life, but it is. And it is happening this way because it's supposed to happen this way. It's very clear, very, very clear. I feel drawn to taking out one more card. I didn't do so for the other two piles, but I feel like taking three cards out. So we're going to be, these cards are tarot cards with certain messages on them. So we're going to be reading the messages as well as take the energy of the card. Okay. So we have here, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution, take your time. There's no need to rush. And I feel really drawn to that last line. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Finding the balance between everything that's going on in your personal and professional life will actually be helpful to you right now. Okay. And finding balance also with the way you manage your time is something that I'm drawn to talk about. So your time management has to improve, it has to become better. So maybe you can use certain tools, maybe apps, maybe planners or diaries, whatever is your jam. Maybe take help from a loved one, a friend, your partner, whoever. But you need to manage your time better. You need to balance your time better, balance where you're putting your energy into. You cannot be working the whole day thinking that I'm going to come home in the evening and then sit down to study, and then thinking that, okay, I'm also going to go out and go out with my friends and go play a game, or it takes too much out of you and you will feel exhausted within no time. Okay, so make sure that you give yourself that time. You balance your time out, you balance your life out. That is the most important thing right now. All right, the Lover's card here. Let's see what it says first. True love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So I was getting like feeling a bit stressed about managing everything. It's not work stress particularly, or like some personal stress particularly. It's just like managing things properly, and choices made from the heart, that is a very important guidance here. Your spirit is telling you that choose what feels right to you in your heart, and that is the direction to follow. That is the direction to follow. Choose what feels right to you. Okay. And the last one we have is the Princess of Spring. So Princess of Spring here is basically the Page of Wands, and it says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizon. See, coming back to education, coming back to leveling up your skills, attaining new skill set, something like that. Let your creativity take flight. Okay, so if you've been wondering whether you should continue studying or go ahead and take a course or something like that, this is a very direct sign that you should. Okay, also how to balance it out, you have to figure out a middle way. If you're working 7 or 8 hours a day and then coming home and studying, you have to give yourself time to rest properly, eat properly, have plenty of water, like stay hydrated, and study that way. 2 hours, 3 hours of uninterrupted studying can be good for you, instead of taking breaks and studying throughout the day or throughout the night or something like that. Don't reach that point of exhaustion. Don't push yourself for that. Okay, just understand what feels good to you. Okay, I feel like someone here is thinking, is this really going to work out for me? So you might be studying already, and if you're wondering if this is going to work out for you, yes, it will. I am taking some cards out to see what else comes up, like any other message that's there. So we have connections here, and we have release. Interesting. So connections here talk about your connection, your connect to everything else that happens in your life, all the people in your life, all the things that you give energy to, the work, the studies, the personal life, the health, all of that. So I feel like, and the second thing is definitely connecting to a water element. So whenever you feel like you need to shift your energy or you need to concentrate better, connecting with the water element can be helpful to you. So take a sip of water, go for a shower, take a dip in the pool, something like that, go to the beach. Connecting with water can be really helpful there. Okay. And the second thing here we have is release. So let go of anything that's not aligning with what you're hoping to achieve. Okay. On a very deep level, this can also talk about releasing certain people and certain situations that don't allow you from achieving what you want, because you definitely deserve this. I told you, you have so many major arcana cards here showing, making it very evident that whatever is happening in your life and whatever your dreams and goals are is something that is meant for you. Okay. So any person or situation that doesn't allow you to live that life, you have to understand that at some point of time, unless you release them, there may not be another way around achieving this. Okay, it's a very deep thing. We can, if you guys are interested, I can do a different reading for that. You can leave me a message down below asking for another reading, or you can connect with me for a personal reading, which is obviously meant just for you. So all my details are given down below in the description, and you can connect with me towards this, how you can release, how you can manifest, all of that. So this was your reading for those of you who chose the third pile. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've received some clarity. This is a very powerful reading, I have to say to you, because not a lot of people realize that what they're hoping to do, what they're hoping to achieve could be their life path. And this is your life path. Okay. So I sincerely hope that you achieve your dreams in the best way possible for you. And all the best to you. Please share the video with a loved one if you think it'll help them. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.